Hello, everyone. Tyler Ford here, Tucson, Arizona, with eXp Realty, and a big hello and welcome to this live stream where every couple weeks I do a live to update people on the Tucson home inventory levels. And to me, home inventory levels are the leading indicator, something that I look at each and every day. And again, just looking for clues to this market. And I think home inventory has a lot to do with it. And again, this week, home inventory levels are down. So I wish I had better news for buyers out there, but we're definitely in an inventory squeeze where there's not a whole lot of inventory. It's super competitive out there. Days on market are about 15 days. So when properties hit the market, there's a lot of demand and multiple offers. And again, over the last couple of years, we've seen double-digit appreciation rates, and that has everything to do with supply and demand economics 101. Whenever you've got more demand than supply, and in our market, it's been a declining supply. You're going to see upward pressure on home prices. So every couple of weeks, I like to share those numbers with you. And for me, I mean, this can't last forever. Nothing lasts forever. And it's just a matter of time. There's going to be some type of catalyst that's going to change this market. And again, I like to look at the home inventory just to get a clue to when we could potentially be moving into more of a neutral market or even a buyer's market. But right now, we're definitely in a seller's market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a screen and I'm going to go over to the Tucson MLS and show you active listings there. And then we're going to put them into an Excel spreadsheet to give you a better visual of what's going on. And then I'm going to jump over to Zillow to give you a bigger picture of Tucson and the surrounding areas and take a look at home inventory levels. So with that, I'm going to share a screen here. And so I'm logged into the Tucson MLS. I've got Tucson pulled up, and then I've got single family homes right here. And if you look right now, as of today, there are 546 active single family homes listed in all of the Tucson MLS. Manufactured homes, there are only 49 active manufactured homes. Condos, you can see right here, there's only 17. And then townhomes, there are 37 active townhomes listed in the MLS. Just let me make sure I got this right, because again, I just don't have good news. And we're down from the last time I did this a couple weeks ago, and we're still continuing to see a decline in our inventory levels. I'm going to jump over to Excel and we'll plug those numbers in so you can get a visual of what's going on. I just dropped my pen. Hold on. So on single family homes, we had 546. Manufactureds, we had 49. Condos, 17. And townhomes, 37. So you can see 2 weeks ago, I did this live, and from 2 weeks to today, we are down 133 active listings in the MLS in Tucson. And that's a weekly change of 21% reduction. And since I started doing this back in July, I felt there was starting to be a shift, and inventory levels were gradually starting to go up. With summertime, our market typically slows down in Tucson. But the big question was, to me, as temperatures cooled off and winter visitors came back to the Tucson market, would that continue to put pressure on reducing inventory and increasing prices? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. You can see back in November, we were at 1,159 active listings. So from November until this right now, we're down. So 612 active listings in all of the MLS in Tucson. And if you jump over to this chart here, you can kind of get a visual of what's going on here. So I wish I had better news for buyers out there as far as having more inventory to look at. So you can get a visual of what's going on. This is the lowest we've ever been in terms of home inventory levels. The next thing I want to look at is I started tracking this a couple months ago because in the MLS I've got Tucson, but if you look at Zillow, it's all of Tucson and the surrounding areas, and then also the other is for sale by owner. So I started tracking this to get even a bigger picture, but it does parallel what we just looked at. So if you go to Zillow and you type in Tucson, there are 989 listings in the MLS. So that's Tucson and the surrounding areas. And then the other are for sale by owners. So there's 207 for sale by owners. And if we jump back over to this Excel spreadsheet that I started, so the listings, Tucson and the surrounding areas, we've got 800 or 989, and then the other is 207. So we've seen a reduction. It's pretty similar, 11.62%. So it mirrors what's going on in the MLS. So from the last time I did this live, we're down 139. And you can see what's going on as far as home prices. Again, we've seen double digit appreciation rates each and every month. TAR puts out the MLS stats. And so you can get the median and the average home sales price. So let me open this back up here. So those are the numbers. The one thing too, I mean, it's not good for buyers because there's just not a lot of inventory, but there's a lot of sellers out there that although they'd like to sell, we're kind of in a quagmire in terms of just our market being a little constipated here, just because, if a seller wants to sell, there's no options. So they're not willing to sell because they've got no place to go. So a lot of sellers out there, they're negotiating deals where they're doing rent backs or they're doing longer close of escrows just because, again, if they sold their home, there's not a lot of choices. So a lot of people, and I know my wife and I are in the same boat. We'd like to, there's a couple properties and things that we would like to do in terms of selling our home, but what we're looking for and what's out there just doesn't exist. So we're in that same predicament that it's all relative. You're selling at the high and buying at the high, but there's just lack of inventory out there. So a lot of sellers are not selling just because they've got nothing to choose from. So that's it. I like to keep it short and sweet. If it's alive, if you got any questions or comments, I should have mentioned that at the beginning. You can go ahead and answer or questions or comments, or even in YouTube, in down below, if you've got any questions or comments about the Tucson market, more than happy to help. And the other thing to consider is that we've got a 16-foot box moving truck. So if you use us to buy or sell a home, you're more than welcome to use our truck. And even after the fact down the road, if you ever need to move appliances or furniture, you're more than welcome to use our truck. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention, I'm going to share my screen again, is that each and every month, TAR puts out the home inventory report, and I would encourage you to go through it because there's a lot of really good information. But if you go to Tucson Homes and Lots and you scroll down and you click right here, it says Tucson Monthly Market Update. If you click on that, each and every month, I dive deep into what's going on, and there's some really good information in terms of average and median home sales price, average days on market, percentage of list. So I cover a lot of the main things within the market report. But if you scroll down at the very, very bottom, if you click on this link right here, the Tucson housing market gives you the full report that TAR puts out. So really good information. And I would encourage you to jump on over to Tucson Homes and Lots and check out the market report. So that's it. I like to keep it short and sweet. And every couple of weeks, I do a live to give you an update on the Tucson home inventory levels. And again, to me, it's the leading indicator. It's something that I look at on a daily basis, and just looking for clues in terms of when and if this market will eventually change. But for right now, it's definitely a seller's market, low inventory. Interest rates are starting to tick up, which could potentially put the brakes on and put upward pressure on the market in terms of possibly slowing it down and and making things not as affordable from a mortgage standpoint, which then could slow this market down. So we'll see what happens. And again, as we head into the summer months and winter visitors go away, inventory levels in Tucson tend to tick up. So if you're a buyer out there, being patient and maybe waiting until the summer when there's less demand and more inventory might not be a bad idea. So again, if you have any questions or comments, you can always comment below in the show notes on YouTube. And again, I'm going to be doing this every couple weeks. And thanks for watching. In the meantime, make it a great day.